Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I just booked a cruise for this year. And I made a mistake. Now that's not a good thing for a travel agent to admit. Yep, so I got overexcited. I said, Alaska's starting. Let's see what there is for Alaska. And I saw that Princess is putting the Majestic Princess in Seattle and sailing it for a 7-day cruise, return back to Seattle. And I said, yes, that's the cruise I'm going to book. I'm getting my vaccine in August, so let's book in September to make sure I get my second dose in time and everything's good and I got my 14-day period. Boom, let's book it. And I booked it. But in my thoughts, in my minds, I'm thinking the same cruise as I booked for my Alaska cruise in the group next year. But that sailing is a one-way sailing out of Vancouver. So the side of the ship I want to be on is completely different because a one-way cruise heading up, you want to be facing on this side, but the Seattle cruise is a return, so it goes all the way to the end and then comes back this way, so you want to be on this side. So yeah, I booked the wrong cabin, but I switched it around and now I'm in the right side. So that's not a big deal, but yeah, I didn't think it through. So it just goes to show you, even experienced cruisers, 107 cruises, and I can still make mistakes. So it is very possible, but I caught my mistake, which is a good thing. So yeah, I'm going in September. Majestic Princess, Alaska, and there are some subtle differences to the cruise that we can do in the group cruise next year. For instance, some of the shore excursions aren't there for this cruise that are there next year. And that kind of makes sense. Who knows, by the time we cruise, they may show up again, but right now they're not available. For instance, something as simple as in Ketchikan when you're doing the White Pass Railway, they have the standard cars and everything, which I can book right now. They have a wheelchair accessible cab car as well. I can book that. But what they don't have that I can do next year is the luxury car, the one that includes a meal and a drink, and it's, you're sitting in lounge chairs instead of sitting in, train car chairs. So you can't book that right now this year, but it's still available next year. There's a couple whale excursions that are available next year that aren't available this year, and that's probably because the businesses haven't set up yet. Right? It's a completely different situation to have, a car with people just sitting at the windows. You can space them out and everything, and they can social distance if they have to, and that's not a problem. Once you get into a car that's serving meals and things like that, now you have to wonder about the mask policy. You have to wonder about the social distancing area. You have to worry about all that. So that's probably why it's not available for this year. So I want you to keep that in mind. If you're looking at booking cruises till the end of this year even, there may be some things that are different than if you wait till next year to get back on a ship, because things are changing daily almost, or weekly, right? But I am very excited to take this cruise. I don't know about the quarantine policy in Seattle right now. It's all over the place. I think if I'm fully vaccinated, I don't need to quarantine when I get there, especially by September. I think that'll be gone once the cruise ships are starting. But right now, there's a message on my hotel bookings that I'm looking at saying, hey, you have to quarantine for 14 days. But when I go to the Seattle website, it says they're following the CDC's new guidance. And the new guidance says that if you're fully vaccinated, you only have to do a test. And that's fine with me. So a lot of things are all over the place when you're looking at cruising this year, and you have to keep all that in mind. Is it worth it? Is it enjoyable? Are you going to have a good time? The big thing for me was the selling point when they announced that if I've been fully vaccinated, I can get off in the ports, which means there's going to be more shore excursions, there's going to be more things to do, and I can't wait to get out there and go whale watching again. I usually take earlier cruises, so September is going to be a very different kind of cruise for me. Late in the season, I don't remember the last time I was there past August, so this is going to be a new experience for me. I think I'm going to have to dress a little warmer than I normally do in June when I go on a cruise. But it's going to be so much fun. Another great thing is the Majestic Princess, which is what our group cruise is next year on June 4th. So I'll be able to show you guys the ship. I'll show you guys the specialty dinings. I'll show you some of the entertainment that's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be able to show everybody ahead of time because that's what I'm planning to do on the restart. I want to get on the Rotterdam to show you guys what the Rotterdam is going to look like when we do our group cruise. And I want to get on the Island Princess and show you guys what the Island Princess is going to do for the Panama group cruise. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go with a couple friends I believe are going to be on the cruise with me. And so it's not a group cruise. It's just going out there and having a lot of fun. And I really cannot wait to get back to Alaska. But so many things to decide. You know, am I going to get my vaccine in time? I have to make sure my hotel is covered if I have to cancel it ahead of time, because what happens if I'm delayed getting my vaccine and I'm not fully vaccinated by then and I can't cruise? You see, there's a whole thing where in the United States, many of you right now, if you want to go on a cruise and you have to be vaccinated, you can get vaccinated within a month. And so you don't have to worry about this situation. Here in Canada, we have a 4-month waiting period between our doses. So I've been given my first dose, but my next one's not till August. Yet the vaccines that we have, that I've gotten, has been, let's say, not very reliable in coming into Canada. We're missing 2 million doses this month. They only got half the doses in the month before. And, you know, now we're going into second doses. And what happens if, well, we're not going to ship you guys this month the doses we thought we were going to give, and now I can't get my second dose till September. Then everything's out the window, and I have to have insurance to cover all of that. And so it just goes to show, even an experienced cruiser, a travel agent, still has a lot of questions and a lot of things up in the air because we just don't know. Especially if you're traveling from a country that the vaccine rollout is not as good. Luckily for yourselves in the United States, most people have had their vaccines, both doses. I think 40% now have had both doses. And now you're at like 58% that have had one dose or something along those lines, or 50%. So yeah, you guys don't have to worry about it quite so much. But man, I wish the Seattle websites were clearer on the quarantine, because I'm getting 2 different messages depending on where I look. So I'll have to clear all that up, but fingers crossed. I can't wait to get back to Alaska this year. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.